At 7 for Friday, August 22, 2025. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Curlin Brown. Well, with a little over 24 hours to go before the first of 3 national debates, preparations are 80% complete. Addressing a briefing for questioners and moderators on Friday, series chief producer Brian Sonjus says the production team wants the public to enjoy a good show. Meanwhile, moderators who have faced backlash in the past wanted to set the record straight about their role. Giovanni Dennis tells us more.
The Creative Production and Training Center CPTC at 37 Arnold Road in Kingston was abuzz with activities on Friday. Painting from top to bottom on the outside. Inside, journalists from several media houses gathered to get guidelines on the production ahead of the start of the 3 national debates. The set getting a facelift before the face-off.
How prepared is the team right now to host the national debates?
Oh, right now I think we're at about 8, maybe 7. The set is up, as you can see. Lighting is still being finalized. Today we met with all of the journalists who will be participating in the 3 debates. We're doing last-minute checks, editing promos, montages, bumpers, all the little bits and pieces that come together to put the show on. And by the end of today, we'll be ready. We could stage the debate tonight.
Brian Sonjus is a resource officer with the Jamaica Debates Commission and the lead producer-director of the debates.
So our role is to facilitate an environment where both political parties, in answering questions, can sell their ideas to the public and tell the public what they're about, what they plan to do, how they plan to do it, but in a controlled environment as opposed to any other space that they may operate in. So there are specific questions that get posed that they have to answer, in their best way. And certainly for the public now to understand what the both parties are offering to them.
In the meantime, moderators who've been maligned in the past want the public to understand how timing the debate works.
Each team has a specific time to answer questions, whether it is a rebuttal to a question asked of the opposing team or the main question itself. And there are many times when obviously the debaters try to take advantage and go beyond the time that has been given to them. So you always hear the moderator cutting them off.
There's also a huge timer in the studio to remind each speaker about their allotted time.
Each debater has 90 seconds to answer questions from the journalists, and the point of the timer is to ensure that each debater knows how much time it is they have, as well as the moderator, so that everyone can get the fair opportunity to respond. And rebuttals are 45 seconds each.
The first debate about social issues starts at 9 o'clock Saturday evening and will feature Pernell Charles Jr., Kamina Johnson-Smith and Matthew Samuda for the JLP, while the PNP's team will be Damian Crawford, Raymond Price and Sophia Fraser-Binns. The second debate on the economy will be on Tuesday, August 26, and the leaders' debate will be on Thursday, August 28. CVM TV will have live coverage of all 3 debates, with our pre-show on Saturday starting at 7:30 and a post-show after the debate. Giovanni Dennis, CVM News.
Of course, Giovanni, you're also one of the questioners, so you're also in preparation mode.
Yes, we are indeed. And of course, the build-up to the political debate has been fraught with fighting between both political parties, both taking issue with the naming of some journalists who were listed to be questioners and moderators. And of course, in an unprecedented move, this was made public. And of course, the Jamaica Debates Commission had raised the issue with this. So all of this has added to the intrigue in the build-up to these debates starting tomorrow. Of course, CVM will have live coverage of the debate starting with our pre-show at 7:30 for at the end of our abbreviated newscast. So you don't want to miss that. CVM's pre-show leading up to the debates from 7:30 to 8 o'clock tomorrow. And of course, the debates begins at 9.
Well, Amoy will also be playing a role that's later on for the second one, I think, is it?
Well, she will be there for all 3 debates as the social media questioner. So she will be taking the questions from social media and will be sharing those with the participants in the debate from each team.
Remind us, when will you be on again?
So I will be a questioner on Thursday. That's the leaders' debate. And of course, obviously, between Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness and Mark Golding of the PNP.
Well, welcome to the team, and right away you're going into the hot seat.
Yes.
All the best. Great, thank you. Well, in the meantime, both major political parties are expressing confidence ahead of the first debate. Senior member of the JLP Communication Task Force, Marlon Morgan, and PNP General Secretary Dr. Dayton Campbell both say their teams are ready.
It's in the upcoming Jamaica Debates Commission facilitated and organized debates. Of course, things get underway on Saturday with the social issues debate, where Pernell Charles Jr., Kamina Johnson-Smith, and Matthew Samuda are set to represent Team JLP. Our preparations as a team have been on in earnest, and we believe that we are ticking the key boxes and are fine-tuning our messages, because we are very clear that we stand on a record of achievement in addition to what it is that we are proposing to do on being elected to a third successive term of office.
Team PNP is prepared for the 3 national debates. The social issues debate commencing on Saturday. Senator Damian Crawford, Senator Sophia Fraser-Binns, and Raymond Price, they have been practicing for the better part of a month. We are fully prepared with our manifesto position around the issues that will be discussed in the debate. And of course, there isn't a JLP manifesto that we can debate, but nonetheless, we are prepared to go into that debate and to represent the views of the PNP and show the country as to how a PNP government will create a better life, better quality of life.
At the same time, the People's National Party is raising concerns heading into the political debates without seeing the government's manifesto. The party's campaign spokesperson, Cleveland Tomlinson, describes the situation as unacceptable, even as his colleague, Donna Scott Motley, announces the party will be releasing a manifesto light on Monday.
People's National Party PNP campaign spokesperson Cleveland Tomlinson is raising alarm over the absence of the Jamaica Labour Party's JLP manifesto before the first round of the political debates. Tomlinson says it is woefully unacceptable for the governing party to enter Saturday's debate without presenting its plan and policies to the electorate. The PNP, which released its manifesto earlier this week, has been pressing the JLP to follow suit.
A debate is an opportunity to compare policy prescriptions and ideas. The Jamaican people will be robbed of the opportunity to assess in a critical way what the policy prescriptions from the Jamaica Labour Party are for the Jamaican people over the next 5 years. That cannot be accepted.
Meanwhile, opposition spokesperson Donna Scott Motley announced that the PNP will release a manifesto light on Monday. She explained that the document will serve as a companion to the party's main manifesto, providing voters with more concise and accessible version of the PNP's policy commitments.
Which is really ideas which we are taking from our present manifesto, but there are some which we will be introducing for the first time, simply because we know that those who accuse you of copying and pasting do so because they are experts at it.
Scott Motley also commented on the recent breach of journalist names being leaked to the public in an article. The article listed names of journalists both parties objected to as questioners at the upcoming political debate. She clarified that the PNP did not blacklist any journalist, adding that journalists should also be concerned about the breach.
We have the highest regard for that profession, and we expect them to maintain very high standards. And the journalistic profession ought to be very concerned about that breach. Going forward in the debates, it's very important that all the journalists who participate are seen as being credible professionals.
Carla Ramdeen, CBM News.
The JLP has condemned what it describes as threatening and violent behavior of PNP supporters, including one who was charged for promoting violence on social media. Akeem Orit has more information.
At a recent media briefing held by the Jamaica Labour Party, senior member of the party's communication task force, Marlon Morgan, didn't mince words, calling out what he says is a troubling trend of threats being issued across constituencies, adding that the JLP does not endorse that kind of campaign behavior from the opposition.
We have been clear in the Jamaica Labour Party that we will not promote violence, irresponsible conduct, or attack democratic institutions in our beloved country. Team JLP does not promote or endorse bullyism in any way, shape, or form. And if inappropriate conduct manifests, we are prepared to hold our members and supporters to account and condemn any departure from the standards to which we hold ourselves.
Morgan went further, questioning whether the PNP is fit to govern Jamaica, arguing that the kind of conduct being displayed by its supporters reflects poorly on the party's ability to lead.
We have seen incidents which confirm that our main opponents, the opposition PNP, is neither suitable nor ready to govern Jamaica. Their utterances and general posture and attitude project arrogance. It reflects an egregious lack of principle, and it signals a willingness, as it were, to engage in acts of intimidation in apparent breach of the political code of conduct.
Giovanni Skeen, otherwise called Mother Love, a clothes vendor from Balaclava, northeast St. Elizabeth, was seen in a viral video promoting violence on social media. He has been arrested and charged. Senator Morgan urged Jamaicans to reject violence and intimidation and to ensure the upcoming elections are conducted peacefully. Hakeem Oret, CVM News.
And we'll continue with the CVM News at 7.